Can you come here and check so if something happens, please let me know. Yeah, sure. So accidentally the host get host means everything. So then she has to go. No, yeah, yeah. Right. Please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. First of all, as usual, let me wish everyone a very happy spiritual evening. So today too, we are going to practice loving kindness meditation. So all students, second step, new students, the first step. So we only have another 2 weeks remaining. Today is 16th December. So I think only 1 week remains. So next week, next week, we won't be able to do it. So right. So during these 2 weeks, we should practice as much as possible, and then we should try to gain as much as results from practicing loving kindness meditation. Because on January, we restart again with breathing meditation, right? So we need to understand this very clearly, this fact. More than everything else, the qualities of a human being are the most important. So you might gain a lot of wealth, you might become very educated, and so you might have a lot of skills. You may be more skillful than the others, but more than all those things, you should have a lot of good qualities. That's very important for a human being. Because so if you don't have the other things, but still you can survive. But if you don't have good qualities, so not only you become harmful for yourself, you become very harmful for the other people. So you not only you lose your own peace, you make the other people's peace lose. Right? So you should have a lot of good qualities. Let me tell you about this incident. This happened in 2009. So I think it's happened in June. So there was one student who came to Berkeley. His name was Devan Kalata. I don't know whether you have heard of this incident or not. So he was a very bright student. So he consecutively every year he won. For computer science in Berkeley University, he won gold medals consecutively for 3 years. So he was a very bright student. And then he worked for Google and he worked for Yahoo. And he had top positions in both those two companies. And later on, he resigned and he started his own company. And right. It was becoming very successful too. And then, so he was earning in millions. So now the company is successful too. So then what happened? He married and had 2 children. two children, and then his cousin. He also came from India, and they were living. That couple was living with him at the very same house too. Later on, what happened? So gradually, so he was not practicing any spiritual practice. So what happened? Later on, he couldn't bear the pressure within. Then pressures were mounting. I mean, company, and then after that, social status. So many pressures were mounting around him. And one day, there was a birthday party at his home. So then, on the previous day, he bought one semi-automatic rifle and shot all the family members and suicided himself. So only his wife survived. All the others, including an infant, died because of it. So spirituality is very important. Meditation practice. So I always teach you, meditation practice is important, just like you eat. How much you need food, that much you need meditation. So for the body, you need food to survive. For the mind, you need meditation to survive. So always please, not only you practice these qualities within through meditation, you have to practically practice too. So if you can, please, so every month, so take $20 and exchange it into maybe $1 bills or $2 bills every month. And then after that, so make sure, so every month you donate all those $20 to the homeless people that you meet in your day-to-day life. $20. It's not a big thing, right? So you can do that. So then another thing. So when I taught you this one too. So whenever you meet some person, think, may this person be well, happy, and peaceful. So then it develops a lot of qualities with it. One thing is loving kindness. Number 2 is compassion. And number 3 is sympathetic joy. Sympathetic joy means, so when the happiness that we gain by seeing the other people happy, the other people's happiness, right? So sympathetic joy. And then it develops the equanimity too. So practice like that. And so practice giving and practice loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, balance of mind. And at the same time, so don't live in the past. Don't live in the past. Always try to live in the present. So past things, so even though how much you cling to them, you can't change. So the only thing that you can change is the present. So you might cry, you might cry tears, which is similar to the water of the ocean. But still, the past is past, you can't change it. So stop clinging to those and let those things go and focus on the present. And so then you can face everything in your life with a fresh mind. Right? That's a good quality that you should develop in your life too. If not, what will happen whenever you meet the other people? So you will serve those people with their past, right? So people always change. So the person that you met yesterday, there is a possibility that that very person changed by qualities too, tendencies too. So we have to accept their change, and then we have to deal with them being at the present. right? And then the other quality, the other kind of qualities that you should develop within is moral qualities, morality. So whatever it happens, you should be, you should stay with your policies, even though your life goes. Make the determination that I am not going to do harmful actions for the other people. So I'm not going to kill, steal, sexual misconduct, and then after that, lying, then after that, taking intoxicants, abusive speech, separative speech, like that. Uh, those kinds of harmful actions. Make sure that you don't do towards the other people. And then, and then after that, think whatever it happens, I'm going to control my anger. That is also a good quality. In this world, so many things happen because of our anger, right? But so by this loving kindness meditation too, we try to control it. So somehow, make sure you control your anger. So that's also a good quality that you should develop. Whenever anger comes, first of all, be aware that I am angry now, and understand it is something impermanent. It is bound to pass away. So right now, I should not interact with anger. So I should let this go, and I should interact with these people with loving kindness, right? So like that, not getting angry. So that is also a good quality that you should develop with it. Then telling the truth. That is also a good quality. So being with the truth. If you tell the truth, if you stay with the truth, then life is easier. Life is easier. So if you told a lie, then to cover up that one, you have to tell another 1,000 lies. For an example. So yeah, so you have to lie to yourself, you have to fabricate, and at the same time you have to keep that lie in your mind, right? So but if you tell the truth, there is nothing that you won't remember. Truth is truth, so you don't have to remember. You then live lightly with a light mind. So that is also a good quality that you should develop in your life, right? So these kinds of good qualities, please develop within. So you practice, so you gain the base through meditation. So through breathing meditation, we gain the base, and through by practicing Vipassana meditation, we gain the base, and then by practicing loving kindness meditation, we gain the base. We lay the foundation, and now we have to build the house. So in your day-to-day life, practice these good qualities. So there are 3 ways that you need to practice them. Number 1, bodily. Number 2, vocally. Number 3, mentally. So these are the 3 doors. So these are the 3 ways that you have to practice these good qualities within, right? So make that determination and live a life with a lot of good qualities, right? And then not only you have loving kindness, not only you have compassion, not only you have sympathy, not only you have equanimity, so you keep all of them in action. Loving kindness in action. Then after that, compassion in action. So sympathy, joy in action. Then after that, so equanimity in action, generosity in action. Not only you develop the ability, you practice them too, right? Right. Then troubles will come, challenges will come in life. You can't stop them. So 8 vicissitudes are bound to come in life. What are the 8 vicissitudes? Gains come. Sometimes you gain things. So sometimes you lose things. Sometimes you become famous. That means you become popular among the others. So then sometimes you lose the fame. It happens. Sometimes you are scolded. Sometimes you are praised. Sometimes you feel comfort. Sometimes you feel discomfort. These are bound to come. You can't stop them. So when you live the life, so there is a part of our own suffering. So they are bound to come. When those things come, if you have these good qualities within, you have a force inside to face them. So you won't break down like Devan Kalata. You won't break down like the other people who took wrong decisions and who did wrong actions. So you will be stable in your life, right? So please practice good qualities within. And not only you develop these qualities, the ability to practice these qualities within, make them, practice them actively, right? With those thoughts, we are going to start today's meditation. So the all students, they are asked to practice as usual. So the second step of loving kindness meditation. So you will think of this, the directions, and so you will think of the north, all beings in the north, all beings in the south, all beings in the east and west, and then after that, all beings above me, all beings below me, right? So towards all those beings, so direction-wise, you will spread loving kindness. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and then after that, so the other sentences follow. So new meditators, they are asked to practice the first step of loving kindness. So you won't think, you won't go to think and spread loving kindness as all beings. So first of all, you will go group by group, category by category. First of all, you will think of yourself and you will spread loving kindness towards yourself. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. And then after that, you will spread loving kindness towards your parents. Then after that, towards your relatives. Then towards your teachers and towards your friends. And then after that, you will think of the people who are neutral, who are neither your friends or relatives, right? And you will spread loving kindness accordingly. And then after that, you will think of all the enemies. When it comes to enemies, first of all, make sure you forgive them for their wrong actions. And at the same time, you ask forgiveness for your hurtful actions that you did in your life to make them hurt, right? So, and after asking forgiveness, you spread loving kindness. And then after that, you will think of all the beings in the world and you will spread loving kindness towards all of them. If you don't remember all the sentences, so then think this way: may be well, be happy, be peaceful. In the front, so at the beginning, you will have a blank space. You can put, you can fill those blank spaces with the particular group that you are spreading loving kindness at this moment. So then spread loving kindness accordingly, right? So please do like that. Newcomers will practice loving kindness meditation step number 1, and all students will practice loving kindness meditation step number 2, right? Anjit, did you practice that at home? Right, okay, try. Okay, right. Everyone, please keep your back straight. Then neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. First of all, I will pay our respect and gratitude towards the Buddha, Then after that, we are going to start today's meditation. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sungato lokamido anuttaro purise dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangtittiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko pachatang veditammo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupati panno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya pati panno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi pati panno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yogani Ate purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyakhitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced a mind with loving kindness, full of love, full of kindness, full of compassion. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are practicing the first step of loving kindness meditation, please give your attention completely and do so. And if you are practicing the second step of loving kindness meditation, give your whole attention and please do so. Whatever the loving kindness meditation practice that you are following, may this practice be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Bhavetu Sambe Mangalam Rakantu Sambe Devatam Sabbe Buddhanubhavene Sada Sutti Bhavantu Te Bhavetu Sabbe Mangalam Rakantu Sabbe Devatam Samme Dhammanubhavene Sada Sutti Bhavantu Te Bhavetu Samme Mangalam Rakantu Sabbe Devatam Samme Sanghanubhavene Sada Sutti Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Everyone very calmly and quietly and slowly. Please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax. Now please join your both palms together and please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so I hope all students can feel the beings as a whole. So if you don't feel, if you cannot by mind feel all the beings, so focus all the beings in one direction, as I mentioned last week, please go back to the first first step of loving kindness meditation and please practice loving kindness group by group. That means category by category, not as direction wise, right? But if you can, don't hesitate. Please practice direction wise, because it is the advanced level of loving kindness meditation. So that means if you can feel the beings, all the beings as a whole, means you have a lot of compassion, a lot of loving kindness. Then somehow please practice like that. If you practice first one, keep on doing so. If you have difficulties in the second step, move back to the first. And if you can, if you at least slightly can do that, please keep on doing the second step, right? So somehow I wish sincerely may you be successful, whatever the practice, meditation practice that you are following, right? Maybe first one, second one, somehow what you need to have is this. So the ability to share your loving kindness, right? So today is the question and answer day. So question and answer day. So you are given the opportunity to ask questions, right? So if you have questions about loving kindness meditation, then this is the time to ask, right? So let's start with Sahana. Do you have any question about loving kindness meditation?
been practicing. So.
You could do the second step too, right? Very nice, very nice. I'm glad. Arpita? No? Okay, how about you? Yes, Soumya Devi?
Yeah, today is the second class, so I'm still trying to focus during meditation. I can focus on myself and my family, and even the third
Neutral people?
But after that, I'm finding it difficult to go beyond that.
All right.
So yeah, so I'm still trying to practice, and I'm finding it difficult to focus. So I just want to ask you, is there any way, or maybe it's a part of breathing meditation that I haven't taken, I haven't been a part of. So if you can help me understand how to focus.
Yeah, but Soumya Devi, loving kindness meditation is also a concentration meditation. Yeah, so I understand. So if you have gone through breathing meditation and then so vipassana meditation, then you are advanced. So you have come to a certain level, so you can easily control. But still, loving kindness meditation is also considered as one of the concentration meditation. So if we practice concentration meditation, so they help to concentrate. So but there's a problem like this. If we have a mind so which is always talkative, then it's somewhat hard. Then that's true. Then we have to practice such kind of a breathing meditation, walking meditation, or such kind of a uh, so so meditation, so concentration meditation which has an objective to focus on. So
will it be the chakra of the forehead?
no, don't mix those one those teachings. So this is so walking meditation. For an example, you can practice if you like before your loving kindness meditation. So you can pick a passage like this, right here, to the corner. So then within that passage at your home, you can walk for a while. So you are aware about your both legs. If it is right leg, left leg, accordingly you are aware, and you walk back and forth maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And then if your mind is somewhat calmer, then sit down and practice loving kindness meditation. But I am pretty sure whenever you start feeling the loving kindness, then your mind will catch up. Yeah. But if you have a talkative mind, then a little bit hard. Yes. So please do like that deal. So first walking meditation for 5-10 minutes, and then loving kindness. Yeah. So there. Um, right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Stan. Yeah, I thought it's a question. Right. So Arjit, how about you? No questions? Okay.
Just happy to be here.
All right. Wonderful. So, Ms. Rashmi? All right. Same thing that you had to do, Ms. Rashmi. So, on January, you are going to practice breathing meditation, but somehow, so for now, practice walking meditation. So it's easier to do. I don't say quietening the talkative mind is that much easy, but so walking meditation answers faster. It answers faster and it makes you successful faster. So then So, and I don't have to instruct again and again when you do a walking meditation. So it's a little bit simple, somewhat simple. So please practice that one for 5-10 minutes and then move back to loving kindness meditation. And don't do the second one. Please do the first one, right? It's category. Okay. So, right. Mrs. Meena.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you have to spend about the same amount of time to each group? For example, I don't have enemies today, so I feel like maybe I don't have to spend time thinking about them.
Oh no. So, but still we have to go along with the category. So we don't know, in the future we might have. So sometimes inside our mind we might have grudges, but since we don't remind, we don't know. But we might have past grudges. So from our childhood. So somehow, for each category, so give an equal time. So if any category needs longer time to focus, that's fine. Yeah. So category by category, please go and don't miss any. Yeah. So even though we don't have visible enemies currently, still we might have grudges with it. Right. Right. Maybe Mrs. Meena. So I'm glad that you came today. Right. Mrs. Shireen.
So in the advanced loving kindness meditation, you mentioned to think about all beings above you and below you, after direction.
Yes.
So how do we think about that, like above you and?
So there are visible beings above me and invisible beings above me. So visible means birds, they are above me. And there are various kinds of bacteria who are floating, right? Viruses, bacteria, like that. So they are visible ones, and there are invisible ones too. So the comfortable realms, they are situated above the human realm. So they live separately. So even though we can't see by eyes, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. They exist. So all kinds of divine beings, divine. So there are various kinds of beings. So according to Buddha, who are in comfortable realms, in different shapes, different lifespans, right? Different capabilities. So we think of all of them. Then we share our loving kindness. So below means, so not only physically below. So there are so many beings below us, right? So this is the surface level of the earth, but below there are so many other beings. So there are creatures, visible creatures to eyes. So, and at the same time, there are other beings who are in uncomfortable realms. So uncomfortable realms means Buddha has given 128 categories of such beings who are not visible to the naked eye. So they are different in lifespans, capabilities, sufferings. They're different. So then we think of all those beings and share our loving kindness. So that those are the beings who are above us and below us. Got it? Wonderful. Wonderful, Ms. Shireen. Right, now let me ask Mrs. Diane, do you have any question?
No, I do though find it a little bit easier to thank you.
Right.
I
Yes.
do find it a little easier to first feel the loving kindness to myself and envision it as light, and then feel like I'm sending it to everything.
Oh, wonderful.
Versus the mental, thought of like north, south, east, west. It's more accessible. It seems a little more accessible.
Oh, yeah. So I understand, because Ms. Diane, I'm so glad that you practice all the way, even though you join online, and you practice very well.
Oh,
I
thank you.
really appreciate,
That's
and
because
I
of
think
you.
it might have given you the foundation to have the ability to focus like that.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So it's not a wonder. So it's a fact. So I'm glad that you could concentrate, and so when you practice loving kindness later, I mean, after starting breathing meditation on January, when you practice loving kindness meditation, please practice the second one. Second one, when it comes to the loving kindness practice.
Okay, thank you.
After, at home, you will practice breathing meditation for 10-15 minutes. Then after that, 2-3 minutes, all the students are asked to practice loving kindness meditation. Within that time, instead of practicing the first step, please practice the second one. Yes. Right. So then, Mr. Huat, how about you?
I don't have I do have a comment more than I have a question, Bhante. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine, Mr. Huat.
It just seems to me that my relationships with people, every time that we cycle through to the loving kindness meditations, my relationships with people improves greatly. They become so much more soft and less tense. And my understanding of other people's suffering, or understanding other people's clinging becomes more apparent. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, Mr. Huat. So, so then that means, so you become just like water when you practice loving kindness meditation. It can go to any hole, right? So it is just like that. So wherever you go, whatever the people that you are going to associate, so you gain the ability to mix with them, to mingle with them. So there is a quality of, there is an advantage of practicing loving kindness meditation. I'm so glad that you got it too. And then let's go to Jaime.
Hi, Bante.
Hi, Jaime.
No questions, but there is a comment or a question in the chat.
All right, there is a question.
Yes, someone put a question there.
All right, let me check. Right, right. I'm facing a problem to doing things with meditation is good for me, and I'm joining. All right, yeah, Mrs. Parvati, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right. So, Mrs. Parvati, for your sometimes in life there are certain things that you actually cannot. You can't force those situations to change. So, but through meditation, the other people, even an infant can feel our vibrations. So then we can easily see that when we practice as a group, then we can feel the vibrations of calmness. Just like that, at home, when you practice meditation, first thing, you gain the ability, you develop the inner calmness and peacefulness, which will help you to deal with the situation. That's number one. Number two, Miss Parvati, your calm vibrations, the positive vibrations that you develop, the other people also will feel later on. Then they'll become calmer too. I think better if you can practice gradually, and then you will face changes in your life. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
So you have to make a very strong determination. Whatever it happens, I will practice meditation every day. So
Okay. So like I have one question, like the loving kindness or the breathing meditation, because when I before I did the breathing meditation, you taught me before. So today I think after so many like months I joined this, so little different for me. So that's why I'm little confused which I have to do.
right. So Miss Parvati, if for now, so all are instructed to practice loving kindness meditation. So somehow we are going to practice. We start practicing breathing meditation in the next month. So during this month, please dedicate time. So we only have like 3 weeks to practice loving kindness meditation. So during these 3 weeks, please practice loving kindness meditation. And then after that, starting from January, let's practice breathing meditation.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, me be happy. Me be happy. Then Mrs. Pragati and Rahul.
Hello, good evening, Bhante.
Hello, Bhante.
Good evening, Rahul and Pragati.
Yes.
I don't have any questions specific to loving kindness meditation, but in general, I have a question for older students.
Yes.
What do you recommend should be the order of meditation in order to continue the flow for Anapan, Vipassana, and loving kindness?
Right. So loving kindness, somehow we have to mix it when we practice both kinds of meditations. Let's say we practice during the time that we practice breathing meditation. At the end, we have to practice loving kindness meditation.
Right.
Maybe 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
At least. If you can dedicate more time, I'm glad. So if you don't have time, make sure you give more time for breathing meditation and little bit, at least several minutes for loving kindness meditation. And when it comes to Vipassana, again, the same. So a lot of time for Vipassana meditation, little time, then you have to dedicate some time. So 5 minutes for breathing meditation to concentrate, so to develop concentration. And then at the end, again, we have to practice loving kindness meditation, 2-3 minutes. Then if you are a meditator who can think about you, who can spread loving kindness, not category by category, but as a whole, as whole beings, all the beings.
Right.
So I mean direction wise, then those meditators, so I recommend, if they it is better if you can prolong it, if you keep on doing the same practice of loving kindness meditation, second step. So even after January, you can practice the second one. So even though the newcomers practice the first one, so all students, those who can focus on all the beings, they are kindly requested to practice the second step of loving kindness meditation. So throughout the year.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Bhante.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, me will be happy. Rahul, do you have any question?
No, I think Bhante, I had a similar question as Pragati, so I think that was super helpful.
Oh, you got the answer.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. So right. Then if there is any other question, So you have my number. If you don't have, you can ask. All right. So then you can call me or text me. So I can help you. Then in the next week will be the last week. So then I know you have a lot of celebrations on the next week. You have Christmas and then you have New Year. But I know some meditators might love to come, but still I let them enjoy that time. And then we will meet on January 1st week. But make sure you definitely come for the next week, because next week we will share our opinions, and at the same time, above all, we share our merits. We share our positive energy that we accumulated throughout the day, right? So please come in the next week. So this is the time to conclude. So everyone, please think. Together, all of us gathered here, and then after that, practice this very precious, very valuable, noble meditation technique, loving kindness meditation. And by that, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. We share all that positive energy with among all of us, and we especially think of all the people who are sick all around the world. May they gain this positive energy. May they be able to live their lives comfortably, and may all their sicknesses be completely away. May they gain their good health back. May this positive energy be with all of us. By the power of this positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen to us. May we have a long life with beauty, mental and physical strength, comfort, and wisdom. Practicing the Dhamma path, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Concentrate. I'm going to bless you. Abhivadana silise nityang vada pachayinu Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. And good night to everyone. May all the good happen. Sukhi. Right. Good night, Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night to you.
Good night, Mr. Ann.
Good night, sir. Thank you so much for these
Good
teachings.
night,
Thank you.
Jaime. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Bhante. Muchas
Buenas noches.
gracias. Thank you.
Okay, namaste, Miss Parvati. Good night.
Namaste. Thank you. Good night.
Pragati and Rahul, good night.